Sarah. I'm from Frankston City Libraries. We're so disappointed that at the moment we can't run our Code Club sessions or see you in person for our school holiday program. But today what I'll be doing is introducing you to the Scratch Junior app, which is an introduction to coding and how coding works. With the project that I do, we'll be running through how to design characters, change backgrounds, and don't worry about making any mistakes. We will show you how to fix those mistakes and also change anything that you decide you don't like. Before you get started, you will need to download the Scratch Junior app onto your smartphone or your tablet, and then we can get started. Okay, to start with, you're going to find the app that you've just downloaded onto your smartphone or tablet. So the app has a little cat here, it says Scratch Junior, we're going to click on that. And that will open the app up for you. Then we're going to press home. If you're having any problems at home when or you have any questions, you can also use this button here, and it gives you a bit of an explanation on Scratch. So we'll close that for the moment. But the home button takes us to our projects. These are the past ones that I've done previously. Just press the plus button here to create a new project. So all new projects are going to start with this cat. You can leave that cat there if you like, you can move him around, so you just hold the character and move them around in the screen. But for this project, we're actually going to get rid of that one. So you're going to hold down on where the character is here and press the cross button. So we're starting with a blank canvas, and we're going to start with a background. So up here, this little square here, we'll click on there, and we're going to choose a background. So today I think we're going to do a bit of a dance competition. So we've got a stage over here, might click on that one and press the tick, and we've got a stage background. Now we want some characters to do some dancing on this stage today, so we're going to add some characters with this plus button over here. So I've used some of these characters before, so I might use this one again. I've called him Tony. So if you scroll through, a lot of the characters, they won't have names, they just say child. So I'll show you how to change the name to whatever you like. So we'll click that child here, and we'll scroll through and find another one. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to add that zebra. What we're going to do is hold down, and as much as we like the zebra on the stage, because it would be very funny, we're going to click the cross and get rid of that one. So we're going to add a new character. This one here, another child. And they're kind of overlapping at the moment, so we're going to move them to one side of the stage and the other side of the stage. Now we'll start with the this first character here. So we're going to press the little paintbrush to edit them. So along here it says child. You can actually change this by clicking in there, and we might call them John. And then I'm with all these colours here of the t-shirt and the pants and the shoes, you can change them to whatever you like. So we might change the colour of his pants. So I think we'll go a lighter blue. Just click on the pants there. And a green for the top. And then when you finish that, you can press the tick button, and he's back on the stage with a name, John, and then different coloured pants and a top. So we're going to click on this one here, and we'll click in where it says child again. We're going to change the name to, let's say Lola. We can just click anywhere in the screen to get rid of that. So you notice I accidentally turned Lola's hair green, so I actually want to change that. So I'm going to go back to what it originally was with this orange arrow here, or you can change it back to the green if you want, the lime green. I'll leave it that colour. So we've changed Lola's name and I'm happy with everything else, we'll leave her clothes as they are. So we'll click the tick over on the side there. Alright, so now I want them to do something. So we're actually going to make them do a bit of a dance today. So to make our characters start moving, we always need to have a start button or choose how we're going to start that character. So you can choose any of these options here of when they begin. Just as a simple example, we're going to use this green flag, which means that that character begins doing what they're going to do when that green flag is pressed. So we'll start when the green flag is pressed. And the first thing we wanted to do is move into the spotlight. So we want her to move across the stage and then back. So using these blue buttons here, these blue blocks, we're going to get her to move across and then move up. So what we can do is press the green flag here. That was very fast. Press it again. She moved one step and then another step backwards. So we actually want her to move a few more, so we'll reset her using this blue button here. Now what you can actually do is use this grid option here. If you click on this, it will show you how many spaces they need to move. So you can count the grid, so 1, 2, 3, so roughly 3, and then 1, 2, 3. We're going to change that to 3 by clicking in here. That was 33, so I'll just delete that and reset and see how it is there. Okay, so she's in the spotlight now. So we'll reset that one, we're happy with that. So what I'm going to get my character to do now is to do a bit of a dance. So we're going to use these little movement blocks for our little dance. So we're going to get her to go back and forth. So we'll reset and see what that does. Okay, so I want her to actually do that a few times. So she's only doing it once at the moment. So what we can do to repeat these things, these two blocks, is use our little repeat. So we click and drag our repeat to here so that it will repeat the two items that I've put in here 4 times. So it will say 4 at the bottom. So we'll test that one out. Okay, so what we also want to do is add how fast she's going to do that. So at the moment I think it's going a little bit too fast. So what we're going to use is this little character down here. We're going to push him into that block as well. And you can actually choose the speed at which your character goes. I'll reset that. So there's slow, medium and fast. So we're going to just go slow and see what that does. Okay, something I feel like that is missing in our video at the moment, which is sound or some music for our characters to dance to. So we can actually choose some sounds with this green block button here. There is a pop button and then these are sounds that I've previously recorded, but we're going to record a new sound. So we press the microphone and then it will come up with a recording button. And we press, I've got my xylophone to create some music, and we press this recording button. Once we're happy with that, we press the tick, and we can add that sound in to here. So we'll reset that and try again. And now we're going to do the same for the other character that we have. So we'll reset. We're going to go to John's character. And we also need to do a start button like we did with Lola's character, which will be on the flag. And then we will get him to move across the stage. So with these blue buttons here, he's going to be moving the opposite direction, so moving left. So we'll hold this down and we can count the grid. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 and then maybe 1 up. So we'll use these blocks to change that and we'll see how that goes. Yep, so he's in the spotlight there. And Lola's still going, even though we haven't finished with John's character. So we want him to dance as well. So we'll do the same movements that we did before. And we're going to also make him repeat his movements. So we put the repeat block over. So see how it's separated here? We can move things over and separate them and then change them. And then add them again to our sequence. So if you ever want to adjust them, you can move them over here, move things out, and then move them back in again if you need to change anything. So we'll move that back onto our sequence and we'll see how we go with that one. Our characters are not dancing to the music at the moment, so a little trick that I have worked out is that you can actually put the music on Lola's sequence for John to dance with, and then John's music, which we haven't added yet, for Lola to dance to. So at the moment, if we swap this over, so if we move, if we get John to move a bit slower, so we're going to get him to wait a bit longer. So let's say it's not 30 seconds, it does say 30, but it's just it's a scratch moment of time, so it's a bit different. So if we get him to wait a bit longer and maybe slow his dancing down a little bit. So at the moment it's a bit of a medium pace. We're going to slow it down to a slower pace. Let's see if that makes a difference. Okay, so what I've done there is that I've actually, the music in Lola's sequence, I have John dancing to. So then we want to add music in John's sequence for Lola to dance to. So we'll just record another sound. We'll add that in after John's dance and see if that works. Okay, so now we have Lola dancing to the music that's in John's sequence. So it means that there's music playing in the background while they're dancing. So we then want them to disappear off stage once they've finished their dance. So we're going to change their movement back to the sides of the stage so that they go off once they've finished their dance. So maybe John's is probably about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grid blocks to the side. Now if you don't want to get rid of the grid blocks, you can just click on here again, on this little block here, and that gets rid of it. But we want to count the blocks that they're moving, so I'm going to add that to about 6. And we then want him to disappear off stage. We want him to actually go behind the curtains. So we're going to use these purple blocks here and drag this one, which actually hides your character. And then when he's left the stage, we want the show to end. Okay, so we're going to reset that and see what John's character does. Okay, so John's now disappeared and Lola's still on the stage. So we want to click on Lola's character here and make her disappear off the stage as well. So we're going to get her to move this way to the left of the stage. And she's going to move about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. And then she's also going to disappear off the stage. And then the show will end. So with all of the things that I have set up, you really want to play around with the timing. So I've had lots of practice, and it's just about practicing moving those blocks around and changing the different numbers at the bottom to see their steps and to see how long the music goes for, how long you need to repeat things for. It takes a bit of practice, but it's just about trial and error and trying things out. So I'm going to test this out and see if I'm happy with this. Okay. So they've both done a little dance and then gone off stage, and we've finished our show. So I'm going to turn these grid blocks off, and then if you want to watch it in full screen, you can press this button here and then press go. But we've watched it a few times, so we'll press stop, and then you can press this little button here in the corner, and that will take you back to your plan. So there are other options of making second pages and finishing different ways, in that you can just loop your sequence over and over again. We do have another video on our Frankston City Library's YouTube channel, which you can look up, and that shows you a few other different things that you can do with your characters, and also some other block sequences as well. Thanks again for joining us for our virtual school holiday program. We look forward to being able to see you in person sometime soon. Don't forget that you can join the Frankston City Library still online if you're not a member. You just go to our website and you can access all of our online resources while the building is still closed. See you soon.